This is the Carbon Express Predator 2 shaft. You have probably heard of it, and for good reason. It's been around for a long time, which is a good sign, because with arrows, one of the worst things that happens, and it happens often, is that a manufacturer will make an arrow, it will be a good arrow, it will get popular, people will buy it, and then after 2 or 3 years, they drop it from their lineup, and then just leave people high and dry. The Predator's been around for a long time, and it's, as far as we can tell, it's going to be around for a lot longer. We're going to have it as long as Carbon Express makes it, and Carbon Express ain't showing no signs of letting up on them anytime soon. It is a standard grade arrow. That means it's straight to 6/1000 of an inch, which makes it in that affordable, price point. It's not one of those arrows you have to sweat every time you take a bad shot, because if you lose one, it's not all that big of a deal. It's much easier to lose an arrow in this price point than losing an arrow that costs $18 each. So these are sort of the everyman arrow. Definitely a type of arrow I prefer, because just realistically, no matter how much money you spend on an arrow, it's not necessarily going to make you a better shot or make you perform any better. We all know that. It's still up to you. You can pay more for certain types of arrows, skinnier arrows, heavier, just whatever it may be. But if you're just looking for a good everyday average, not too heavy, not too light, balance out speed and kinetic energy kind of deal, this is what you want to look at. And when you're looking at an arrow like that, the important thing is just to know that it's not a bad, weak, arrow that's not durable, that's not going to last. I can tell you, and a lot of people out there can tell you, there are thousands of reviews. This arrow will absolutely stand up. It's an extremely durable arrow. That's why it's been around as long as it has. If it wasn't tough, it would have been dead a long time ago. And down just to the cosmetics, Carbon Express, they've like I said, this one's been coming, and it's been out for a while, so every year they sort of give it a little bit of a facelift and give it a new wrap. But this newer one's pretty awesome. Look, check it out. It's kind of got like a tribal deal going on with the face, and you got the crazy green eyes. I just really like that. So it'll fit pretty much anything. They've got the spine range all the way down to 2040s and up to 6075s, which means you can pretty well use it with the lightest of outfits all the way up to pretty well the heaviest. I mean, outside of any crazy setups like super long draw lengths or 70 plus pounds, things like that are already oddball. Other than that, these will work for pretty well anybody. It's a standard Carbon Express factory knock. It does come with standard Carbon Express inserts. We take care of that. We'll install them and check the threads and everything for you. But at the end of the day, if you're looking for a good arrow, it's hard to tell you that this one's better than that one, or don't go with that one, it's not going to work good for you. In all honesty, just because that's what I'm here for, is to be honest, you can't really, as long as you take a minute and do your homework and find out that arrow you're looking at is of decent quality, you're probably going to be in good shape. And I can tell you, the Predator 2, very good arrow, sold thousands of them. I've used them. Pretty well everybody I know has used them at one point or another, and you've probably heard of them. But definitely take a second, check them out. It'll do everything you need it to do, and if at some point in time you ever do want to upgrade to something a little more expensive or different, or like I said, this is a standard grade, which means it's straight to 6/1000 of an inch. You can always go up to a medium or a premium grade. The mediums being straight to 3/1000, premium straight to 1/1000 of an inch. Whether or not that's for you or it'll help you in any way, that's debatable. I mean, it really just comes down to your situation and what you need. Average hunters, not really all that important. But like I said, make sure it's for you. But these are the Predator 2s. I'm a fan of them. So I don't really have anything bad to say about them, because they've never really earned anything bad to be said about them. I do have one little knock, actually, and it's not the arrow's fault. It's arrow manufacturers as a whole are guilty of, from year to year, making their arrows shorter and shorter from the factory. And the Predator 2 it was one that was kind of known for being a bit longer from the factory. It was at one point like right around 31 inches, which was great. But as bows evolve, those longer lengths are kind of unnecessary. So this year, this particular shaft is just shy of 30 inches, 29 7/8 actually, full factory length. Not the arrow's fault at all, and that length will fit pretty well anybody, considering we cut arrows an inch below draw length for the most part on an actual compound bow setup, so you would have to have a 31 inch draw length for that to really affect you. And in that event, there's other options. But like I said, check them out. Definitely worth a look. This is the Predator 2s.